So I'll start the session, but I'll be taking only one concept because the other people will not be joining today. So I cannot make this as a repetitive class, or if I take more concepts today and tomorrow they will get missed about the sessions. Even if they have got the videos, they will be not joining, right? So I'll take one or two concepts today and I'll start the session. So yesterday we were talking about methods and method overloading. So we shall see about OOPS concept and classes and objects today. So everyone can see my screen, right? It is visible.
Yes, sir.
And I'm audible too, right?
Yes, sir, you audible.
Okay, as I said in the beginning sessions about Java, Java is completely related to objects. So anything that you see in Java, like everything in Java is related to objects. So OOPS stand for Object Oriented Programming Language. So what Java is a object oriented language, where OOPS stand for OOPS, Object Oriented Programming Structure. So whatever you deal in Java, it is completely related to objects. So in yesterday's session we used to do examples about method overloading. So today we shall know about classes and objects and what exactly are like objects. So I have created a new project here in the SRC. I'll create a new package here. This is a package for classes and objects. So my package is ready. Now I'm going to create a class, and I'll create a class name as, what shall I give the class name? For now I'll give it as a student so that it will be relevant to understand. And I won't be selecting any public static. For now I'll just select, but for the next example for class I will not be selecting the main method. So you understood that when I say class, it is understood that when I say class, this is the class name, this is the file name. When you are creating a file for Java file, look here, .java extension, this is the file name. When you are creating the file, the Java compiler provides the class name in place of the Java file. Look here, file name was student.java. So you get to know about that even class is for student. If you change here, you are able to see the error here. So what it states that when you are creating a Java file or like creating a class, the Java file name and the class name should always be the same. This is one thing. Okay, so you cannot change this class name. If you have to change, you have to rename the file name too. So this is all about. For now I'll just remove this main method. Look, so this is how you create a class, a basic Java file for class. This is how you create it. You will be having this main method only to execute the code, because as I said, look here, if I remove this main method and if I ask to print out something, look, even the extension is not provided by the compiler. Look, it is asking for me for a method. I cannot give the method name here. Look here, and in between here, if I try to create a print method, look, even the extension is not getting to me here, because in class you should have a main method. So this is the main method. For now you just ignore about this main method. This is just to execute the code. When I say class, this is your whole class, and inside this you have one method, that's it. And now as you can see, I will declare a variable. In Java, these are called attributes. Now I'll create an, first you have to give the data type, then you have to give the variable name. I'll give num and I'll assign the value 10. So this is the variable. This is the variable, this is the data type, and this is the value you have assigned. And this is outside the main method. You can see this is the outside main method. For now you just ignore it. This is the actual class, and this is one of the attributes in the class. You can have n number of attributes. String data type name Vikas. You can have n number of attributes, and once if you have this main method, right, only in this method you can access these attributes. Look here, suppose if I have to access here sysout, this print method, right, I'll remove this here, and if I paste it here, and if I remove this main method, look here, compiler is giving me error because you cannot print something in the class. You should have a main method where your code will get executed. You can use whatever the method you want, but it should be inside a main method. So this is a class. It's not like that for every class there should be a main method. You can create class to. Look, if I comment it out here, nothing is shown as error here because it is correct. When you create a class, this is how you create a class. And if you want to something execute inside your class, that can be done by using this main method. So when you create a class, it's not that you should have a main method. It is that you will be having attributes and you will be having methods. And when I say methods, as I said yesterday while talking about methods, you will be having public void show. This is the method. These are the attributes of a class. This whole thing outside this main method, right, these are called attributes and methods of the class. And as I said yesterday, here I am using public, but here you have to create the example of an object. For now I'll remove this too. Now in your class you have two attributes. Now how to fetch this attribute? I have to execute it. I have to perform some operations. So what I'll be doing, if I ask this number, then if I ask here, then if I run, look here, well, it is giving me error because look here, exception in thread main Java, unresolved compilation problem. Why? Because these attributes are belong to class. And if you have to look, if I declare this same, I have removed it from the class. Now it is not a class attribute. Now it is inside the main method. Now if I run it, you are able to see the value 10. I use the number, but for now it is, I have not declared this in the main method. I have declared it in the class. So even though main method is inside the class, class is completely different from this method. So when you initiate a variable or attributes to your class, you cannot access it in the main method. Look here, if I run now, you are able to see this error. You have attributes in the class, but you cannot execute them. So to execute those here which belongs to class, you have to make it static. You have to use the static keyword. Look here, once if I use static here, now if I run my program, now you are able to see the value 10. Even though it is not inside the main method, you are able to fetch the value, because what static keyword differentiates here is that it tells the main method this belongs to class. It tells the main method it belongs to class, now execute it. Now you don't want to use the static, because static keyword will not the solution always to get hold access of these attributes. So when if it is not static and you have to use these attributes, you will be creating an object. How to create an object? You have to take the class name, then you are going to declare a variable. I am going to use a variable as yes, and I am going to assign it is equal to new. This is a keyword. As you can see, it is looking somewhat brown, right? This is a keyword. Now I am using the same student, new student, and here you have to use the parenthesis. So this is how you create an object. As I said, object is an instance of class. Look, this is the exact student, and out of this student I am creating an object. How to create an object of the class? You have to take the class name, have to give the variable name, then you are going to use the new keyword, then again the class name along with the parenthesis. So this is exactly how you create an object. Now my object has been created. Look, now my object has been created. Now using this object, s is the object of the class student, using the s dot number. Now if I run my application, Look, you are able to see the value 10. Now if I check for name and if I run it, look, you are able to see the name. So you have two options here, like to use the attributes which belongs to class. If you do not create the object, you have to make the attribute static. If in your requirement you cannot make the attribute static, then you have to use the object. So this is how you create an object. So I will explain again. You have to create instance of the class. How to create the instance? You have to take the class name. This is the class name. This is the class name. Then you are going to create the object for that. This is the class name. Now I'll give the object name as obj. Previously I have given, yes, you can give whatever you want. I'll create obj object, and you are going to assign it. What you are going to assign it? You are using new. Then again the same student class you are going to use, and here you will be adding the parenthesis. So this is how you create an object. So this is the object of the class student. So when you get to know about the difference, like you have to say like class and objects is that, think student as a garage. In this garage you have so many vehicles. The first one is like bike and second one is like garage. I mean, sorry, it's not garage, it's like car. And if you want to drive bike and if you want to drive a car from garage, you need one person, right? This is that person of this class. Well, you cannot call someone from outside the garage who knows driving. You have to call someone from inside the garage because he got the access. If you call someone from outside, he may ride that vehicle and he will take away. There are chances. But you have to ask the person who is available in the garage, not the person who is outside. He will not be having any access to that garage. So when I say class, it is like a garage. Or suppose you think it has a zoo. This is a zoo, and here I have two attributes. I have two animals in my zoo. So one is tiger and another one is lion. So if you want to go nearby lion or if you want to go nearby tiger, you cannot ask some person who has been visited like you. You have to ask the zookeeper, and this is how you create a zookeeper here. You have to take the zoo name, then you have to know a person who is from the zoo. Then you have to use the new keyword. Then you are going to initiate this class again with the parenthesis. This is like taking the permission. So once you do this, this zookeeper is available for you to get to near this animal. Look, now I'll create another class. For now I am getting this error because the zookeeper name is obj, not s. If I make the zookeeper name here obj, now no errors. And now if I run it, look, you are able to get that value. Now I'll create a separate class so that you guys can understand easily. I'll create the class name as zoo. This is the zoo, and inside the zoo I have animals. Well, you can see the animals, but if you need photo, you'll have to enter inside the main method. Like you have to get into the cage or nearby that animal. So I'll create here string animal 1 is equal to tiger. The second one is that string animal 2 is equal to lion. So in my zoo, look, it is showing me error because in Java you have to end every statement with a semicolon. Now this is the class of zoo. I have two animals. These two animals are called as attributes. So I'll write it here. Attributes. So these two are attributes which are animals. Now you have a scenario where you have to meet these animals. You have to get to near to this to click a photo. So how you are going to get near of this animal, and that you can do that to get the access from the zookeeper. So how you will know the zookeeper? First, the zookeeper should have the ID of the zoo. This is the zoo. Then he should be having a name. Sorry, you should be having the name, and this name you can give on your own. So I'll make this as keeper. Keeper is the variable, so this is his name. So for now I'll give the name as zookeeper name as, I'll give now as whatever the name I can give. I'll give the name as Ramesh. Well, not Ramesh. I'll give it as Ganesh. So Ganesh is the zookeeper here. So he has the ID card zoo, and here you are going to create new, so that the new ID card is for you, so that you are going inside, right? So again you are using the class name new, again the class name. So this ID card which is getting for you, like Ganesh will be providing this. So to create Ganesh, you will be using the class name of the object. So this is the object, new, class name. So Ganesh is the one who is going to get near to the animal. Now suppose I will comment it out so that there is no Ganesh. Now if you have to get to that directly, look here, it is not allowed. If I make here animal 1, look here, it is showing error, you cannot go inside of it. Only if you have the access, if you have created the object, and if Ganesh is with you, only then you are able to get to the nearest animal. Now if I run, there is no error. You get to know about the classes and objects. Now you get to know about the animal, so you can take a selfie with the tiger. Now what if there is a scenario where no zookeeper is available there? Look here, no zookeeper is available here, but you cannot take the photo. At that time you have to make the static. Now here feels like a cage, a strong cage. You will be near to the animal but not next to the animal. But if in this case you will be having a zookeeper, so here I don't need any zookeeper here because the cage is strong enough so that animal won't hurt me. Look here, now if I run, look, now I'm able to get this value. So this is how you create an object. First you have to take the class name, then you have to give the name for your object, then you have to use the new keyword and again the class, and you have to use the parenthesis. You have to use this same class but with the parenthesis. So this is how Java compiler gets to know an object of this class has been created, so that whatever attributes are present in the class can be accessed with the help of this object. Look, now if I remove static, if I run, I'll be getting the error because I have not used the object to get access for it. So now I will use the object Ganesh.animal2. Now if I run my application, look, you are able to get close to lion. So get to know the difference between class and object. This is the class. I'll write here, this is the class and this is object. So always know this. Outside, without even this method, if you don't have anything to access, it's okay, but you should understand that you have attributes. These are called attributes, and if you have to access it using the main method, you have to use the static keyword. If not, you cannot use static keyword, means you have to go for the creating an object. Look, now you can do this with multiple options. Like, look here, for now I'll remove this. Now this is my basic class. Now what if there's a scenario I have to use it? So what I'll be doing is that I'll be creating a separate class, new class. I mean, I'll make it as a new zoo, and I'll create the main method here. You have to focus here. Here in my zoo class I have only class, no main method, but here in the new zoo I have a I have a main method. Now Will I able to visit this zoo in this class? Yes, I can. But how? By creating a object of this class here. Look here, this is the new zoo. In this zoo I have the attributes. Now I am going to access those attributes here. How? I am going to create a new object. This can be done only with an object. So here I am going to write this class name. You have to take the class name for creating a, look here, zoo. I am going to write the object name as obj object, and here I am going to create new, and I am going to use zoo here. Look here, no error here. You can ask me, sir, this is a completely different file and this is a complete different file. How you are going to use these attributes in this class? As I said, this keyword write public, which makes to access these things in a new class. And even if you have not mentioned this class, still you are able to access. Like if you have not given anything like public, it is default. Even the default methods allows you to access in a different class. Now if I write sysout and if I make obj and if I ask animal1, look here, there is no animal1 here in this class. But if I run this application, look, you are able to see the value tiger here. Look, you are able to see the value tiger here. How there is no tiger here? It is in this class. The attributes are here because we will be using access modifiers which are like public. If you use this public keyword and if you have not mentioned any modifier, it is understood that the attributes of one class can be initiated in the other class. But if you make use this as private, look here, now it is giving error because this private and there is one more access modifier which are like protected. When you use this, it is giving error because once you declare this modifier, right, then these things cannot be used here in another class unless it is like a parent class and the child class. It should have an abstraction method, or it should be an interface. It should implement something, or it should extend a class. You will get to know about this interface and abstract class in the further classes. For now, just assume that if you use public keyword in your class, it is assumed that the attributes of one class you can use that using a main method in a different class. When you get to know about inheritance, you will know how to use the main class and the subclass. Main class is the parent class, subclass is the child class. Now here no parents and relationship, it's just that if the class is public, you can make use of the attributes in your main method. Look here, you are able to call animal1 from this class, and you are able to do that because here you cannot use static here and you cannot make use of this here. Okay, so this is all about classes and objects, and this is how you are going to make use of it. Is anyone having any doubt till here how to create an object? Anyone having any doubt? Asha, Saraswati, any doubt? Gayatri?
No, sir. No, sir.
So you get to know how to create these objects, right?
Yes, sir.
So here in the same object, look here, you can create n number of objects. Control C. You can create n number of objects. The only difference is that the name of the object should be different. If not, Java compiler will give you error. You can create n number of objects and you can access it every attribute with each of the object. Look here, now I have given object.animal, which is like the first object. Now I'll take the example for the second object, which is like obj1. Now if I do it here, I'm able to get the same value. Look here, you are able to see here in the console you have two values, which are this value tiger and tiger. So this tiger has been got by object 1. Object 1 is fetching the tiger, and here object 2 is fetching the tiger. So this warnings you just ignore, because I am not using this any object so far, right? So it is throwing me a warning. So this is all about the class and the objects. So there are still multiple options here, like you can change the attributes. Like how you are going to change the attributes, we shall have examples there, like how you are, like as I said before, you can have n number of attributes here. These are called attributes, and this is how you declare it. These are called attributes, and as I said, you can have n number. You can keep on adding. The only difference is that you have to give the variable name. Look here, it is throwing me error because it has the same. I'll make this 3, and I'll make this 4, and I'll make this peacock, and I'll make this as deer. Look here, you can have n number of attributes, and you can call it using different objects. You can call it. I will do it using the different objects. I'll call different animal using the object. This object I'm going to call peacock, which is like animal 3, and using this last object I'm going to call deer, which is like the 4th one. If I run my application now, look here, you are able to see. Now you are able to see tiger. I'll make this animal 2 so that it won't repeat again. You can repeat it, you can call it how many times you want, you can call it, but for now, to make the example clear, I'm going to use it as a different one. Look here, tiger animal 1 has been called by object 1, and this is from the last object. So please do practice with focus. Like first you should know how to create the object, then you should know how to fetch it. After one examples with creating one object, then go for the multiple objects, because if you get to know one thing, then you are allowed to do multiple things. And if you don't know to create the first thing, and if you go for multiple things, then there will be a lot of errors. So try to create one object first. As I said, class name, object name, assign the value using the new keyword, class name, initiate with the parenthesis. The object has been created. Now you can have the access to the class attributes. You got the access. Now suppose you think you have to modify it, so I will remove this example, no need now. I'll create everything in a single class so that you guys will not be getting any confusion. And here I'm going to create a method, main method. So I'll just copy paste the code here. I will use the main method here, and here now my main method has nothing here, right? Now I'll create an object. You can look again like how to create the object. Class name. Now the object name, I'll just use Z so that it will be easy for me to explain for you guys. But when you are creating the examples, you should give the relevant names. Now I'll create Z new zoo. Now using Z, I have to fetch the value. Z dot whatever the attribute I'm going to access, I can access it using object dot attribute name. So this is the data type, this is the attribute name, these are all the attribute value. To fetch the attribute value, you have to use the attribute name using the object Z dot object name. Sorry, not the object name, attribute name. And now if I run it, look, now you got the value lion. Now I'll make here, I'll just declare a variable, but I won't give the value. I'll make string animal 5. So I just declared a variable, but I have not given the value. Using the this object I can give the value how z dot, you have to use the name of the attribute z dot animal. Now I am going to initiate the value. I'll give the value as giraffe. Look here, I have not assigned the value here, but I can assign the value here using the object. Without the object you cannot assign it. Look here, Java compiler throws you an error. You have to use the object. So what is the object here? Z is the object, z dot animal 5. And now if I check for animal 5, sysout z dot animal 5, and now if I run my application, look here, you got the value giraffe. In the attribute I have just given the attribute name. The attribute value I have assigned using the object. So you have to assign it using the object. If you assign it directly like here, string animal 5 giraffe, it is taking, but these two will become different values. What you have to do is that you are assigning the value, you are assigning the attribute name which belongs to class. Okay, so that is the difference here. You have to use the object. So this is how you get to know the difference between object and a class. And object and class, like, they are interrelated. An object is an instance of class. So whatever that are present in class can be accessed, can be done whatever you want only by using the object. If it is not by using objects, it should be a static keyword. And one more thing I would like to say is that you can even remodify it, like you can change the values. Now here I have not given the value, I have assigned the value here using the object. Now if you want to modify it, suppose there's a scenario you have to modify the value. Now you have animal 4 as deer. Now you want to change it. Now animal 4, what I'll do is here, z dot animal 4 is equal to, I'm going to change this, I'll make this as panther. I'll make this as panther, and here I will check what is the animal 4 before I'm changing it. I'll make z dot animal 4. So here when I run this, look here, this animal 4 was deer inside the class. Now what I did here is that I'm changing deer to panther using object. Now if I check, now if I ask for the same output, Control plus C, after modifying it, now if I run my application, look here, you are able to see the panther. So I'll make this thing as an interesting, like I'll add some concatenation. Here you saw animal 4, the animal 4 was deer. So here I'll add some words in class as animal 4 is, and here, so I have assigned the value. So here, I mean, it's not like assigning, I'm modifying it. At the beginning I have assigned the value. Look here, at the beginning I have assigned the value to deer. Now I'm modifying it. So I'll say here, after modifying, animal 4 is, look here, in this example, in class animal 4 is deer. So look here, animal 4, this is at the class, it is deer. Then I have assigned, then I have modified it again, I have reassigned. Then when I check for the animal 4, look, after modifying, animal 4 is panther. Now you can ask me that, no sir, you can change it here. Look here, control C, control V. Here you can make it as panther. Look, it is showing error because you cannot have the same variable name. So you can have the value whatever it is at the beginning level in the attributes. You can change its value using this object. Using the object you can change the attribute value. Look, I have changed the attribute value. So anyone having any doubt here? Object and classes, again, this example, if anyone having doubt, please do ask me, I will explain it again if you have not understood, because these are all the main concepts in your interviews or like when you are working. These are all the main questions they are going to ask, like what is an object, what is a class. Just they will ask you to type a class and object, how you are giving the reference. So if anyone having any doubt related to this example about classes and objects, you can ask me, or else you can go through this example once again from top to bottom. Look here, again I will explain. These are called attributes, these are inside the class. I have used 4 attributes name, and I have given the attribute value. For the 5th attribute I have given just the name. For that value I have been assigning using this object. So how to create object? Class name, object name, assigning to new class name, parenthesis, and then I have declared only attribute name. For that I am going to give the value, attribute value, using the same object, and again I have a value from the class and I'm going to change its value using the object. So this is how object plays a role inside the class, and this is completely about classes and objects inside Java. So feel free to ask if you have any doubts here, because this is like a basic example of class and objects. Are you guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you told us, sir, using a static we can access it. In some cases it will not work, you told us, sir.
Yes. If
In
you
which cases it will not work out, sir?
like, it's not like in which cases, it's based on the requirement. Now suppose if you know how to ride a gear vehicle, gear bike, you will opt for the gear bike. And when you are like you don't know how to use the gear, you will be opting for like a moped vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is the basic requirement. You should know when to use it. Suppose if your requirement has like I should be not having any object, because when you create an object, right, it takes a memory allocation. So whatever you create in Java, it takes some memory space. Now in your project there is a requirement for like, no, I should not be using the object because it takes a lot of memory space. At that time, when compared to creating an object, it is good to use the static keyword. And when there are like, no, don't use the static, we have lot of spaces, I need my project to be run prominently, like it should be like a flow, like I have more space, I want this to run in a good way. So at that time, don't use the static keyword, go with the creating an object. So in majority of the cases you will be using object only, because as I said, Java is nothing but objects. Everything that is interrelated to Java is about the objects. But in interview or at the basic level, they will ask you like suppose if I don't need an object and if I have to access an attribute from the class, tell me, is there an option? Like you will be learning like, yeah, as I know, Java is everything is related to object. No sir, I will not be creating, I will not be accessing it. It should not be the answer. Even if you don't use it, you should know the concept.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
In interview they will ask the question like everything that is related to, they will ask you the question, so what is Java? You will be saying Java is an object oriented programming structure in which everything around Java is done using the objects. Now the interview will ask you like, so it is everything related to object. Now I have some attributes in my class and I need to execute them without using an object. I don't want to create an object because of the memory space. Now tell me how to use the, I mean how to access those attributes. Then you should be able to answer him like, we can use the static keyword for the attributes so that it can get access in the main method for the attributes. If you say this answer, then you will come to know, yeah, you know some Java stuff. So it's not like that, it's an option. It is like you have to know the concepts, and it is left to you when to use what.
Yes, sir.
So you get to know this now, the difference.
Yes, sir. I
And
got, sir.
now when I'm giving these examples, right, it is not only related to the concepts what you are going to build a Java project. You should also know the basic things. Like there is another way too. It's not the only option. As I said yesterday, there was method overloading, and when I explained method overloading, it is not a prominent feature to use because it affects the memory space. But there is no option. When you have no option but you need a feature for that, but it is possible only with the method overloading, then you have to opt for it. So here in this case, you have to use, if there is a scenario where the requirement is not to use the objects, you are going to use the static keyword. And if there's a requirement for you, like we have the space, go for the objects, don't use static, then you will be creating an object. As I said before, majority of the projects you will be using the objects. Static is very rare. Suppose in your project you have 10 packages and each package has 10 classes, and out of those 10 classes, in only one class you will be using a static based on the requirement. Remaining with the 9 classes and along with those 9 other packages, you will be using the object. And for the inheritance and the interface, abstract class, everything, we will be using the objects. Just that you should know there is a way without creating the object, that is using the static keyword. So then, as I said with the example, so everything is done here, like using the attributes, what all you using the object, what are all the functions you are able to do with the attributes. So these are all the attributes present in the class, and this is the object. Using the object, you are going to get access, like you are going to change the value, assign the value, fetch the value. This can be done by using only the object. And if there is no object, it throws you an error because you have to make this as a static, so that the Java compiler knows, so there is no object present here, but if you have to fetch it, you have to make it as static. And all you have to do is that you have to use static keyword. It is in a very rare scenario, very rare, like this is an option that you should know. If asked, or if in your requirement, if it is asked for like access the attributes without creating an object. So this is all that is related with objects and classes. And one more thing, as I said, you can modify, right? There is one more thing, one more modifier which I would like to say is that, like here in the int x, as I said, you have like you have to modify. I'm going to use the obj dot num is equal to, I'll make this value 25. Now I have changed this value. Okay, now I'll check here at the first obj dot number, obj dot number. Now I'll run my application. It's throwing me error because I'll check here the number. See, look here, this is the attribute. What I have used int number is equal to 10, and I have used the object here. I have created the object, and using this object I am able to access the number. So when I access this, the value was 10, and using the same object I am going to reassign this value number. I am going to reassigning it 25, and now if I check the value of number using the object, the value is 25. Look here, the value is 25. As I said before, if you are not interested in creating this, like it's not like interested, it's like if you don't have the requirement to create the object, how you are going to fetch the value? That is by doing this static, and here I have to remove the object because here there will be no more object created. Okay, now if I run it and give the proceed, look here, you are able to get the value. You cannot modify it. And one more thing, when there is an option like when you use the static and the final keyword, you cannot reassign it. Look here, now I have reassigned it to 25. Now if it has a variable as final, and now if I run it, it will give me an error. Even though it is not static, you are using the object, you cannot modify the value. Because look, for example, you have a school, like suppose think it as Shiksha Niketan school you have nearby, and here you have a student, and in this student name will be different, age will be different, fees will be different for different classes, but the school name will be same, right? And for those attributes which are like same, there is no option to modify. For that way attributes will be using the final keyword. So if I use this final keyword, you cannot modify it. Look, 10 cannot be reassigned as 25. If I remove this final, then you can modify it, no error. Now if I run it, 10, the value first was 10, then I have changed it to 25. Look here, I'll make this as num. Now if I run this, the value was 10, and for the second time I have changed it to 25. Suppose if I make this as final, I am not able to modify it. Java compiler throws the error because the attributes has been mentioned as final. So this is the final thing for this variable, this is the final thing, you cannot change it. So this is all about the final keyword. And if you have the final and the static keyword, look here, suppose you have, just hold on guys, I'm getting a call. ಹಲೋ ಅಣ್ಣ, ಇದು ಮನೇಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಣ್ಣ, ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 7 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ? ಸರಿ ಅಣ್ಣ, ಹಾಕಿರಿ, ನೀವು 7:05 ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀನಿ. Sorry for the interruption guys. So here, as I said, as the example, if it is static final int, this variable is called as const. Look, now this variable name what you have given, this becomes const. So if in your interview or in your scenario like there is a requirement to use a const, how to create a const variable? A variable is const when it has two keywords like static and final. So this variable becomes const. This is how you instantiate a const. Now this, and if they ask, they will, if in the interview they will ask, they will just show this line and they will ask what is the number, what is this variable. You have to say, sir, this is a const. Why it is a const? Because it has the keyword of the final and it has a keyword as static. So now the number variable is known as const. These are all like the theoretical questions they will ask you. So this is all about classes and objects, and for today I think the session is enough for today. And please practice with the different examples. Look here, I have a zoo here, you just create this as a garage, okay, and here in the object you make a different name here, or else you can make this as a hotel, and the attributes you can have like the food, you can have fun here so that you can learn easily. You make the class name as a hotel, and here you make it as a dish. So make this as idli and sambar, and make this as a rice bath, and make this as a dosa. So these are all the attributes present in the class hotel. And how to create the object? Create the object as waiter or the cook. So this is the cook who have the access for this, like whether to cook it or whether to pass these dishes from the kitchen to your client. So practice like that. Try to create multiple classes, like class is like a hotel, attributes are like dish, or like class is like a garage, attributes are like number of cars and number of bikes, or is it like a zoo and attributes are animals. So practice like this so that it will be easy for you to understand when someone suddenly asks you about what are classes and objects. Then you can create your own example and explain to him how classes and objects differentiate each other. Like when it comes to object is nothing but instance of the class. When you say hotel, the waiter and the cook are related to that hotel. So hotel, the cook or the waiter are the instance of that hotel. As same, object is an instance of the class. So for today I think it's enough, and tomorrow we shall dive into other concepts. So again I'm asking, if you have doubts, feel free to ask. I'm ready to explain again, because these are like the core concepts where you have to work more. So I hope you guys get to know about classes and objects, right? As I said, practice with different examples, then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. Okay, Asha and Saraswati.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Aishwarya was late today with the session. I will share the recorded video, and tomorrow if you have any doubts regarding to objects and classes, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay, Aishwarya.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I'll end this session for today now. Tomorrow we shall see, and I'll upload the video tomorrow in the morning. Okay. Bye guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you, sir.